Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be discussing Knoxville, Tennessee. This is a continuation of my travel series where I kind of go more in depth about the trips we took, things that I would recommend, things I wouldn't recommend. So yeah, let's get into the rest of the video. Okay, so we were in the Knoxville area for 3 days, or I guess kind of 4, but 3. However, we have been there quite a few times before. One of our best friends lives there, so I want to say we've been there, I think this was our 4th time, if I'm not mistaken. We did fly, for those of you that live in the Chicago area, Allegiant, it's like a budget airline. They usually do fairly cheap flights in the summers, like only in the summertime, and it's only Friday to Monday flights. So that's typically what we do. They are open by the end of May, so that's what we did. We flew in on Friday. We got there in the evening. We also did rent a car through Enterprise. Our friend does have a car, but it's very small, so we did cram into it for like the end of Friday and then Monday to the airport, but there were like 5 of us, and it was kind of a lot to pack into the back of the vehicle, so we did get a separate car. If you're not driving, I would recommend renting a car. There's not really like public transportation to get around. It's such a spread out city, and there's so many cool things to do around the area, but you do have to drive to get there. So Friday night we started off in downtown Knoxville. There's like just a little square area kind of. We went to a place called the Preservation Pub. It has a rooftop bar, so if it's nice out, it's always a fun place to go. We then went to Tomato Head for dinner. It's mainly known for pizzas, but also has some good sandwiches and stuff. It's one of our favorite places in Knoxville. We've gone there, I want to say, I think every time we've been. Then we headed over to the Maple Hall Bowling Alley. Again, just a good time, some fun things to do that are all within that same downtown area. Another kind of unique bar that they have is called Alice in Appalachia, which is an Alice in Wonderland themed bar, so it's decorated really cool. They have a ton of like Alice in Wonderland themed cocktails. So again, if you're in the area, I would recommend checking it out. Then on Saturday, we went over to River Sports Outfitters at the Cove for some paddleboarding. They do rent paddleboards and kayaks. Tennessee has a lot of like lakes and rivers and stuff, and it's really fun to just paddleboard around, especially on a nice day. Again, we've done this a couple times, so if you're looking for some like fun outdoorsy activities, I would recommend that. Then in the afternoon, we headed over to a place called Sir Goonies, which is like a mini golf course, and they're both really cute and unique. They also have a ton of other stuff there, like they have paintballing, and we did go-karts. They have blow up like bouncy things and slides if you have kids and want to like go there. I want to say they had other things too, but I can't even remember. But it is just a fun place to go to in that area if you're looking for something along those lines. For dinner, we went to Calhoun's, which I guess is like a barbecue restaurant. It's like a chain restaurant in that area. We'd actually never been before. And the food was all right. You know, I wouldn't say that there was anything that necessarily blew us out of the water, but then we went to a craft axe throwing bar, which just never really makes sense to me. Like, throwing sharp objects and drinking is not really... I just don't get it. But don't worry, we actually did not drink there. We just threw sharp objects at the wall. If you've never been axe throwing before, I'd recommend it. I was absolutely horrible at it, but maybe you'll be better than I was. Then we headed over to a place called Token Game Tavern, which is kind of like a little hidden gem, if you ask me. And it doesn't look like from the outside that it would be that cool, but inside they have like pinball machines, I don't know what did, like bunch of different arcade games. They have different like video games you can play, a ton of like a shelf with a bunch of board games. But my favorite part about it is they have really unique drinks. I think it was called like a Barbie Teeny, and it tasted so good, had coconut all over the side, looked really cute. They have one that has like an entire can of Red Bull. in it, so that's fun. And then our friend got one, I don't even know what it was called, but it looked like a bowl of cereal and actually had Fruit Loops in it. So if you're looking for a good place to just chill with your friends, have some drinks, I would recommend it. Now, around the Knoxville area is the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, so of course we had to visit. That was like J-Mix one thing he always wants to do is go on a hike when we're there. So as you would start any hike, we stopped at Master Donuts, because you need donuts before you go hiking. And again, it was fine. I didn't actually get a donut, but you know. It is a bit of a drive to get from like the downtown Knoxville area or like surrounding cities into the mountains where like hiking trails are. I'm sure there are a couple that are a bit closer, but if you really want to be able to explore it, just be prepared to drive probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on traffic. We stopped in Townsend to look at a few lookout points on the drive, like as you're going up the mountains. There is some parts where you can pull over and just kind of look at the view. If you're into just kind of driving through, there's a place called Tail of the Dragon, or I should say it's like a road that we've done in the past. If you get car sick, I would not recommend it. We have gotten pretty miserable on it. But if you're just looking to drive around, or if you have no prone to car sickness passengers in your vehicle, it is really fun. It's just like a windy, super windy road up the mountains. We did not do that this time though, because we were going to a hiking trail called Rainbow Falls. I want to make sure I get all the details right. So like the total hiking trail is 5.4 miles. So that's like going up and back down. You gain 1,685 feet of elevation, and it's rated a moderately difficult hike. They have like this large 80-foot waterfall. There's like tons of cool trees and other spots to stop off and see things. It is somewhat intense climbing up because it is just kind of straight up for a while, and then it does flatten out a bit at the near towards the top. And I would recommend getting there early because the parking can get pretty hectic. All in all though, I want to say it took us about 3.5 hours around there. And again, that was with occasionally stopping, taking photos. So yeah, I think that was a good amount of time. But if you're in the area, I would definitely suggest going to the Smoky Mountains, going on a little hike. It is lovely. You most likely will see wildlife. We saw a deer within like a few feet of us, like just came around the trail, and there it was. And every single other time we have gone hiking there, someone has told us that they have seen a bear, a black bear. But we never have, and I'm okay with that, you know? Like, I'd love to see a bear from, like, the safety of my vehicle or something, but I don't, like, I'm okay with not seeing it on the trail. After that, we headed back to Gatlinburg, which is the nearest town by that area of the national park. We went to Howard's, got some dinner, and after that we were all pretty tired, and at that point it was actually quite late, so we headed back to our friend's house and just played games for the night. And on Monday we didn't have a ton of time, so we didn't really do much before our flight back, unfortunately, but I still feel like it was a good trip. We fit quite a bit in there. As I mentioned, we have been to Tennessee quite a few times before, so some other things that I would recommend is the Dollywood amusement park. It has a lot of really unique rides. It is quite expensive. We went last year, and I want to say it was like $95 for the day, so a bit more expensive than like Six Flags or something, but it is really fun if you're into that kind of stuff. We would have loved to go back this year, but it's just timing, and honestly what happened to us last year is that we only got on a couple of rides before it started downpouring, and then we had to leave, so it wasn't like super worth the money. So this time we were like, we're only gonna go if it's guaranteed to not rain, and every single day we were there was like a chance of rain, so we decided not to, but I would love to go back. There's also so much more in Gatlinburg to explore. I want to definitely spend more time there in the future. They have like a bridge you can walk across. They have a lot of like zip lining in the mountains. roller coaster, like the roller coasters where you actually like control it yourself. You're in like a little cart and you like control the roller coaster through the woods. They have go-karts, mini golf, just a lot of attractions in that area, so I'd love to spend more time there at some point. Pigeon Forge is also another close by town that has a lot of fun attractions for tourists. Overall though, I would say that area of Tennessee is definitely geared more towards nature activities or outdoorsy activities, so if that's your cup of tea, then I'm sure you will love it. I did film a vlog on this trip, so if you want to see more of our trip, it's honestly quite comical, so I will link that down below. I'll also link down below all of the other vlogs I filmed in Knoxville so that you can see some of the other experiences I discussed in this video if you'd like. But overall, yeah, I would definitely recommend going to Knoxville. It's a fairly affordable, wonderful little weekend getaway. There's a lot to do. I mean, we've been there 4 or 5 times now. Now I'm thinking it's 5, but maybe it's still 4. I don't know. But we keep going back because it's fun and it's definitely worth exploring. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more travel content, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.